Hey, I'm Ryan.
And I'm David.
And we're here to review the final trailer for X-Men Days of Future Past.
Yeah, and I really like this trailer. I like how this trailer is all about assembling a team, where the other ones have been a little bit more dreary. This one shows us a lot of new footage as well.
It's true. Again, this is the final trailer. The movie comes out in just over a month. Couldn't be more excited. A lot of comments have been made about the music. I'm also not a fan of it.
Well, let's go back a second. We see Charles Xavier is walking. There he's sitting, but here he's walking. Now, that's confusing because in X-Men First Class he was shot in the back.
And then he was in a wheelchair at the end.
Yeah, and we see him in a wheelchair in the rest of this trailer, so it's really confusing what's going on. Why is he walking?
There's obviously a lot of time travel involved, but also this is kind of Xavier after he's... They kind of establish it's after everything's been taken from him. So I don't know if that happens before. Again, there's time travel all over the place.
Now, if you remember in X-Men 3, The Last Stand, Xavier was walking to meet Jean Grey for the first time, so I don't know if that's still part of this continuity or not.
And also, Bryan Singer has said, gone on record as saying they have a lot of cleanup to do for this movie because there's been just a whole mess of timelines going on.
Yeah, and if you've seen X-Men Origins Wolverine, which a few people have seen, you'll see that Charles Xavier was walking in that movie too, as played by Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, so there's a few things.
Now,
they also didn't make First Class with this timeline in mind. They wanted to start over, and then they kind of redid it. Anyway, so go on.
I believe here we hear that Sentinels are killing humans, and that's the first I remember ever hearing about that. So that's pretty new.
Again, they cannot show off the cast of this thing like any more or enough for them to be convinced that people want to see this movie. So here's the song. Again, anyone who was alive in 1998 is just having flashbacks of the Puff Daddy song from Godzilla, which was a Led Zeppelin song too.
So yeah, it's Kashmir by Led Zeppelin, but then Puff Daddy remixed it.
Yeah, when he was Puff Daddy, that's
true.
The case.
So we see Beast, and I assume he is taking some sort of serum to keep his blue form contained.
This is also, they play up the lighter side of this movie in this trailer. It's been like mostly very, very serious. They introduce very soon Pietro Maximoff.
Also, I love that this movie is now saying, or the trailer's going to say, this movie has a heist breakout moment in it. Like, they're going to break Magneto out of prison. Like, that's going to be a great 20 minutes of the movie, I bet.
Yeah, this is like, hey, we're getting a team together. And I think that's a cool way to play it off. Now, I've been really skeptical about the Quicksilver look and design. Seeing it, like, actually moving and stuff, I like it a lot more. The hair, I can't get behind it, but...
And I wonder if Scarlet Witch will show up, because we all know Pietro Maximoff's sister is Wanda Maximoff, who's going to be in the Avengers. So,
in an interview with Hugh Jackman, James McAvoy, and Michael Fassbender, they were talking about this being kind of the best set piece in the movie, because it's so different. And we've seen a lot of behind-the-scenes photos of how they did the slow motion. I think it's the highest frame rate ever shot for a feature, and the cameramen and the grips and stuff had to wear protective sunglasses because they needed to light it so brightly to get focus. They didn't seem that worried about Evan Peters though.
We see a security guard duct taped there.
But yeah, I do like that they're playing up the spectacle and fun of this. This is insane. We haven't seen anything.
I mean, to rip out an entire, I think, football or baseball stadium there.
I believe it was baseball. Yeah. And we're also getting moving looks at the Sentinel Mark 1s or 2s. We've seen that's Havoc.
That's a great cut there from the body switching into a gun. It's a great cut.
I agree with you. That is a wonderful cut. That's also kind of the first footage we've seen of the new Beast. The design is so much better than in First Class.
He looks like a weird kitten in First Class. Yeah. He couldn't even move his mouth.
Not that, I mean, listen, all respect to kittens, but, it's just not.
And that's Bishop.
We also saw the MTV Movie Awards. They showed the opening clip, and there's a lot of, portals and jumping around, which we see Colossus do something very...
The shot reminds me a lot of the Captain America, I'm going to dive into something.
Is he wearing... is he
wearing a parachute?
I am over the moon that we're seeing Iceman do slides and stuff, and that this is the opening scene of the movie, that he actually goes into ice form. We waited 3 movies for him to do that in Last Stand, and it was the lamest thing ever.
Yeah, technology wasn't there yet, and then now it totally is.
So yeah, there's Charles Xavier in a wheelchair. And this shot is just awesome. That's a great like money shot for sure.
I make it? No.
I'm wondering if in the movie if that's played a lot more straight, because we do know that Beast was. If you go to like 25moments.com, they have this timeline of the X-Men universe, and they talk about Hank McCoy's death. So that's not a spoiler or anything.
Although
like that.
I read on IMDb trivia that Kelsey Grammer was actually written into the first draft of the screenplay, but he was busy with the new Transformers movie.
Yeah, and the Frasier reunion that we.
Yeah, the Frasier reunion.
Yeah, so May 23rd, David. Can it come soon enough? I don't think it could.
I want to see this movie a lot.
Yes, as do I. I want to see it right now. And I'm sure that a lot of you agree, but comment below. Let us know. Are you excited about X-Men Days of Future Past? If you're not, like, come on.
Also,
get excited.
What's the post-credit scene going to be for this movie? Because there's going to be another one, so I hope they lead into... Because it's supposed to be Apocalypse is the next movie.
Yeah, so X-Men movies forever. I mean, it's a great... Well, it's a great franchise because 2 very good movies, 3 very good movies are kind of riding the other 5. But anyway, comment below. Let us know. Until next time, I'm Ryan.
And I'm David.
Thank you for watching.